Okay, wanted to solve this problem for you. It says write the equation of a line that passes through -3, -2, and it's perpendicular. Now this is a key statement right here, perpendicular to the line 8x minus 5y equals 0. So again, we're going to use this equation right here, the point slope form, but the only problem is, notice we have the point, the x1, y1, but now we need to figure out why they gave us this. Now, okay, so perpendicular, yes, it means that two lines cross, they cross, and then they form this 90-degree angle right here. That's like kind of like the geometry picture that I have in my head, but when I'm thinking about this work right here, I don't know what they're talking about. So let me explain. Perpendicular means, and they're talking about slope here. See how this slope is over here and it's all positive, and this one here is negative. So we're going to be talking about slopes. So what in particular? Perpendicular means negative reciprocal slope. Now what this means is, if one slope is like, say, 1/2, the other slope, if this guy's positive, negative means it's going to be negative. If this guy's positive, this guy's negative. If this guy's negative, that means this guy's positive. Reciprocal means to like put this fraction, the numerator on the denominator side and the denominator on the numerator side. So this 2 goes up here, and the 1 goes down here. So this is an example of perpendicular slopes, because look, they're negative, meaning positive, negative, or negative, positive, and reciprocal means 1/2, 2/1. Okay, so let me get rid of that okay. Let me just put that maybe in a bubble so that you can remember this definition of perpendicular. Okay, so perpendicular again means negative reciprocal slope. Okay, so how does that help me? Well, I'm going to take this equation right here, and I'm going to try to find the slope for it. So we got 8x minus 5y equals to 0. Now the first thing I notice is that it's not in that y equals form, the slope-intercept form. So I'm going to fix that. So I'm going to add the 5y over here. So let me change colors so this stands out a little bit. So I'm going to add 5y over here, and add 5y over here, so I can get y by itself. So I get 5y equals to 8x, and that's right, I'm going to divide by 5 right here, right? And so those are going to cancel, and I get y equals 8/5x. So here's the deal. This right here is called your slope. This right here is called your slope. This is 8/5. 8/5 is your slope. Now I want the perpendicular slope, and I'm just going to write m perpendicular. Okay, so that little m perpendicular guy. So m perpendicular is going to be, okay, let's practice. If this guy is positive, then this guy would be negative. If this is 8/5, then this would be 5/8. Okay, there's my slope. There's my point. Now I can just plug it in. So here goes. Y minus, and I leave a little blank, equals, I'm going to leave a little blank, parentheses x minus, and I'll leave a little blank. And then, so now I'm going to plug stuff in. So that negative 5/8 goes over here, negative 5/8, because again, that's my opposite or negative reciprocal slope. Since this slope was 8/5 and positive, right, I'm going to make this guy negative and then flip him. Okay, so he goes in my slope spot. That's his seat. And then I'm going to take my x1 and put him here. So that's -3, which kind of looks funny because it says negative -3 or minus -3. And this -2 goes here. Negative -2 again. Okay, and then I'm just going to clean things up. So let me clean things up. So a negative and a negative, they make a positive. Negative times negative is a positive. So you're going to write y plus 2 equals to -5/8 x plus 3. And so, how would I check my answer? Here's my answer, by the way, just making sure. Now you can clean this up, you can put this in slope-intercept form, but I've showed that in another video, so I'm just going to kind of focus on checking my answer in this form. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to plug stuff back in. So notice this is my x and my y. Now because I have the equation, he's actually going to turn into my x and my y, not just x1, y1. So I'm going to put that -2 over here, so -2 over here, and I'm going to put that x, the -3, over here, -3. And then the rest of that equation stays exactly the same. Let me keep that in green, and hopefully it makes sense to you why I'm keeping it in green. Put that like that, plus 3, and then put my -5/8 there. Alright, what's -2 plus 2? That's right, it's 0. We have this ugly fraction right here. I'm not going to pay attention to him right now. Hopefully he just, something good happens. What's -3 plus 3? That's right, it's 0. What's 0 times anything? 0. Does 0 equal 0? Yay, right? The reason why I'm happy is because 0 equals 0 means that here's my slope, my point, and it's on this line, right? And then here's my perpendicular slope from my original slope, right? So there you go. Now you can do this with finding the perpendicular of a line given a point and an equation. So again, you found perpendicular is the negative reciprocal slope.